Mike, and I want to talk to you about PayrollBuddy. This is an Excel program built by EP Monitoring, and it's specifically designed for people who are not accountants. It's built for those who have to process their payroll and they want to meet the government's requirements just so they can get back to doing what they love. In this video, I wanted to show you how to use this program. It's a very helpful program. It never leads you down a blind alley. It really holds your hand basically and shows you how to process the paperwork the government requires, and it helps you pay your employees. It's a very good program. So I want to start out by giving you a tour. This is the home page that you'll use throughout the year. You've got your monthly tasks, quarterly and annual, and you've got some miscellaneous links down here. Down here is my favorite. It's just a good picture of it's your payroll tasks at a glance. Not everything may apply to you here, but this is your average company, and it's really built for the visual people. It really helped me a lot just to know what's coming up kind of on my calendar. So let's get started. Want to start with let's pretend like it's time to pay employees. So let's click there. Here is John Doe. He's the fake employee I created in the last video on how to set up your company into PayrollBuddy. I think you should watch that. It's very helpful. It's a 10-minute video, and I think you'll like it. So we're going to pay John. Here I've got all these fake paychecks, and let's just for fun do another one. Let's say we're going to give him $2,000. And so net pay is $1638.67. Everything to the left is what he is going to contribute out of his paycheck as far as taxes go, like Social Security, Medicare. And everything to the right is what you as the employer are going to pay. And if you have any questions, like I showed you in the last video, you can always move over these red arrows and they'll just explain everything. What you'll find using this program is that you learn a lot just by clicking on the red arrows. The frequently asked questions are very helpful, and after a while, if you pay attention, you really start to learn how the government thinks. It's pretty cool. So we just paid him, so let's go home and see what's next for the quarter. So here we have pay record form 941 taxes, and that explains what it is. It's basically saying this is when you need to pay in all that money that John Doe you set aside out of his paycheck, and that you set aside out of your accounts to pay as having him as an employee. So here's pay record. According to this fake company, it's a monthly depositor. And let's see, for fun, let's do first quarter, third month. Let's pretend that that's the month that we need to pay all these taxes in. So here's the amount. This is your total taxes between John's cut and your cut. Social Security is 186 of it. Medicare is 43.50, and his federal income tax at that time is $2.08. It's pretty funny. So what do? Let's see. You go here and click there, and that takes you to the EFTPS website for the IRS, and you log in, and it's a whole thing. By now you should have gotten an account with them, and what you do, let me get out of this, what it does is it's going to ask you what's the total taxes. Well, $231.58, and then the next question is how much of that is Social Security, and the next question Medicare, and the next question how much of that is federal income tax. So the really great thing, this is when I really started to appreciate PayrollBuddy. It's just all laid out right there. You don't have to thumb through anything. You don't have to figure out what it's asking. It's very plain, and it spells it out very nicely for you. So after that, you want to record what you just paid. So we did first quarter, third month. So let's do first quarter, third month right here. We paid in $231.58. $231.58. And let's just say, let's say that was April 15th. Because according to this fake company, that's when it's due. All right. So there you have that. What this is doing, the reason you want to add this amount paid and just keep up with that, it's for your own records also, but it also builds your Form 941 that you're going to have to submit to the government every quarter. So that's done. So let's go back home, see what's next. So now we have quarterly tasks, and since we've been dealing with 941, let's go ahead and do that first. So this is your filing 941 form. It's right below where we just reported the payment. And so it's going to ask which quarter of the year do you want to file. Let's do first quarter, since we just dealt with that a minute ago. First quarter. All right. And here it is. Here's your 941. This is where you're going to start appreciating this program as well. It's got all the information. It tells you which quarter you're filing for, and everything here is what is the breakdown of what you owe them. And so you've got let's see, the total. Let's go back up to here, 231, and there you go. That is, let's see, 463.16, and let's go look for it just to double check this program, see how much we're paying in for the government. We're looking for, there you go, 463.16. So it's very accurate, okay? And this is the breakdown, how it came up with those numbers. And these white cells that you see, those are the things you're going to need to add yourself, like here. Taxable Social Security tips. The program doesn't know that. You're going to have to go in and cater this form to your own company. So that's why these lighter cells are there. You can add things. A good example is, was there a third-party designee? No. In this fake company, I did it myself, you know. So if you feel comfortable with it, you just print the form and you sign it and you date it. And the next question is, where do I mail this? Well, let me see. Click here. And where do I mail 941? I'm in frequently asked questions right now. It's a very helpful part of this program. And it explains you can either Google it and find the answer, or just click on this IRS website and it'll show you. It's very cool. Like I said earlier, it doesn't leave you down any blind alleys. It answers a lot of questions and does its best to just to help you, you know. So okay, let's go home and see what we're doing. File Form 941 is done. So what else for the quarter is file pay SUI tax. Now this is pretty cool. This is your state unemployment insurance, and you've got your quarterly payments, and you're probably wondering why third quarter and fourth quarter is 0. I had that same question. So I went and I checked my SUI settings, and if you'll see, maximum is $324. That's the most it's going to pay. The most you're going to pay is your company. So let's do this. $324 should be the answer. Look at that. It is a very smart program. It looks simple, but trust me, it's crazy complicating on the inside and the guts of it. So here we go. Let's pay. So what you do is you're going to Google, where do I file my SUI, state unemployment insurance? And here in Texas, it took me to Texas Workforce Commission. So I logged in because I already have an account with them. And I told them which quarter I wanted to pay. And the answer was 162, and so I just submitted my payment. It's really neat. Down here is for sections that some states require. They require a breakdown of each employee. In this fake company, I've only got John Doe, but see, we'll try here, and it just shows you state taxable wages. Some states require the breakdown, and so here it is too. It doesn't leave you hanging wondering on those other states, what about this, you know? So it's a very, very helpful program. All right, so let's go home. And the next would be annual tasks. So let's start with, the majority of the annual tasks are the things that you do at the end of the year for to reset the software. It's like you want to make sure Social Security, Medicare, that hasn't changed, or you want to update the SUI settings or the federal unemployment tax, and you want to update your tax brackets. If you're not comfortable doing that, you can always contact customer support and miscellaneous links, and you can say, hey, I'm not comfortable doing that. They have a plan that you can buy into, basically, and they'll do that for you. So, but for that, for the actual forms, let's go ahead and finish for the actual company, and let's file Form 940. This is Federal Unemployment Insurance, and you're going to get on IRS website, EFTPS, same thing. Click on there, and that's when you log in. And like I said, you should already have an account with them. And you tell it which quarter you want to do, which first, second, third, and fourth. Same question you have probably as I did. Why is third and fourth quarter? There's nothing there. Well, if you look in your settings, the $42 is the maximum that this employee is going to pay. So, and you're going to write in here, like first quarter, you paid $27. So as the employer, I recorded that. And what's left is your current liabilities, 15. So second quarter, let's say we went ahead and paid that. And now look, current liability is 0, but you still have to process the file. You have to file the form. So here is your form. Now this is an annual form. So look, here's the $42. It's very helpful. And like the 941, you want to go through and cater this form to your own company. Okay, you want to add anything that the program doesn't know. You know, it's just how it is. No, nobody helped me do this except for PayrollBuddy. And if you're comfortable with it, print this form, sign and date it. And next question is, where do I mail this 940 form? Here's my frequently asked questions, and explains. You can Google it, and it just explains a little bit about it. Or you can just visit the IRS website, and it'll explain where you are, depends on where you mail it. So once again, it's not leaving us hanging. PayrollBuddy is doing its best to help us out. So that's another reason why I just really like this program. Alright, distribute W-2s. At the end of the year, you got to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. Now this is really cool. I don't know if you've ever dealt with payroll companies or not, payroll programs where you have to actually feed in your W-2 forms into the printer and hope you line it up right and everything. It's very annoying, and the cool thing about this is there's none of that. You don't have to do any of that. If you feel comfortable with printing this out, just print it out. And this is the form. There's no lining up or anything like that. So you double check it, and you wonder, why is the first one red? I had that question. Well, I clicked on here, and it explains it. Basically, to save time, the red form goes to the IRS, and then everyone, all the other employees that you have, you give them their W-2s. In this case, it's only John Doe. And so see, I've got John Doe right here, and this is everything, all the stuff he did throughout the year. So it goes further, but for lack of time. So that's distribute W-2s. Now we need to print W-3. And once again, what do you do with this? I don't know. I've never seen it. I didn't even know a company had to deal with a W-3. It was news to me. So I clicked on here, and it told me. It's the same thing as the W-2, but still you get the idea. So there you have it. It's pretty straightforward. So let me go back to home. Anyway, that's about it. I think once you realize how great this program is, you're going to learn to appreciate it, just like I did. It cut through a lot of concerns that I had. There's just so much from the government you need to know that you don't know if it's right. You don't even know if this is the proper stuff. What forms do I do? I don't know. Let me dig into it. And it just, This program really does a good job of holding your hand and calming your nerves, especially with this down here, this picture here. It really helped me. Alright, well, thanks for watching the video, and like I said earlier, if you want, check out the video called How to Set Up Your Company into PayrollBuddy. It's a 10-minute video and it's very helpful. Thanks. Have a good day.